The old man's hand trembled. Not the gentle shake of age, but a frantic, desperate shudder. For the third Thursday in a row, Stitch, once David, now just Stitch for 20 years, watched him in aisle 4 of the discount grocery. Thin fingers hovered over the cheapest cans. Creamed corn, potted meat, watery beans for 69 cents. Stitch, built like the heavy machinery he once repaired, stood by the end cap pretending to study motor oil prices. His beard hid half his face, his leather cut declared 180 Angels Motorcycle Club. People gave him space, but he saw everything, especially this old veteran and the woman always with him. She was sharp-edged, rigidly controlled. Cart perfectly organized, movements efficient, face a blank mask. She'd clamp his elbow, steer him to the aisle, then abandon him to shop organics, yogurt, kale, fancy cheese. She'd return, watch him pick his sad cans, then herd him to checkout. Same routine every time. His shame hung thick, her impatience cut like metal. Today the tremor was worse. Knuckles white on the shelf, breath ragged puffs. Faded navy cap, brim frayed. Stitch saw her, Carol, he'd heard once, leave him by the beans and head to the deli without a glance back. Stitch rolled his cart closer. Everything all right, shipmate. Low rumble. The old man flinched, eyes wide with deep fear. He glanced toward the deli, then shook his head almost imperceptibly. Stitch picked up a decent can of beef stew, turned it over. My dad was on the Kitty Hawk. Vietnam. Food sucked, but you got it 3 times a day. A dry, choked sound escaped the old man's throat. He leaned in, swaying. Voice a bare whisper. My caretaker, she cashes my checks. Stitch's hand froze. The air thickened. I haven't eaten in 3 days. Cold rage settled in Stitch's bones. Carol was returning. He placed the stew gently in the trembling hand. Hold on. Just 2 words. Then he walked away, feeling the old man's desperate gaze follow. At the clubhouse, a grease-scented workshop of half-repaired bikes, tools in perfect order, Preacher sat at the heavy table, ledger open, glasses perched. His quiet authority filled the space. In 30 years his word had never been wrong. Stitch stood before him, hands behind back, voice flat and factual. He told it all. The tremor, the whisper, the starvation. Silence. Preacher closed the ledger, cleaned his glasses methodically. This isn't our business, Stitch. He's Navy. Being starved now. Agencies move too slow. She won't let him call. Preacher met his eyes like granite. We're not cops or social workers. He served. That makes him family. We don't leave our people behind. Long pause. Preacher scanned the room. Bare cracking knuckles, Slim wiping a wrench, 18 men watching. Silent vote, unanimous. This is a cleanup, Preacher said flatly. No noise, no mess. We fix it and disappear. You brought it. You make it clean. Next Thursday, 9:55 a.m. The parking lot went from quiet to roaring as 15 Harleys rolled in tight formation, engines thundering, forming a semicircle that blocked the entrance. Shoppers froze, then fled. Inside, Stitch waited at the magazine rack. Carol wheeled Arthur in, clamped his elbow, left him in aisle 4, went to deli. Signal given. Preacher and the others dismounted, lined up silently outside, watching the doors. Stitch approached. We're getting you out. Wallet. Arthur shook his head. She kept everything. Stitch. Stay here. Carol returned, olives in hand. Saw Stitch blocking her path. Excuse me. He didn't move. Let her feel his size, the patch, the cold fury. I need to get by. We need to talk about Arthur. Her face hardened. None of your business. Move. Stitch was stone. Bear and Slim entered, flanking the aisle entrance. Carol's eyes darted. Fear cracked through. What is this? Arthur's wallet and house keys, Stitch said, voice low and final. She threatened police, reached for purse. Bear stepped forward, predator's smile. I don't think you are. She froze. Hands shook as she fumbled the clasp, pulled out the worn wallet and single key, held them out trembling. Stitch took them, turned back to Arthur. Come on, let's go home. He guided the old man past her frozen form, past Bear and Slim, through the doors. Engines roared to life in unison. Preacher waited with a borrowed SUV. Arthur stopped, tears streaming. Thank you, he whispered. Preacher steadied him. Not done yet, sailor. We're making sure your house is in order. The small brick bungalow looked normal outside. Inside, stale, sour neglect. Dust everywhere. Fridge held only ketchup and old pickles. Pantry. 4 cans of beans, stale crackers. Arthur slumped in shame. Preacher cut it off. Not on you. This is a crime scene. He sent Stitch and Slim for supplies, club card. Preacher and Bear opened windows, started laundry, restored Arthur's medals and a photo of him young in dress whites with his late wife. Bags arrived. Month of groceries, new sheets, towels, microwave, hot plate. Stitch cooked. Bacon, eggs, toast, juice. Set the tray before Arthur. No one's cooked for me in a long time. Arthur ate slowly. First bite, eyes closed. A tear of pure relief. The club scrubbed floors, fixed the faucet, installed a new lock, gave Arthur both keys. By evening the house breathed again. Clean, bright, smelling of lemon and coffee. Preacher sat with him. We have a lawyer friend. We'll file reports. APS, police. You'll get your pension, Social Security back. Carol won't get away with it. Arthur. I can't manage alone. Stitch from doorway. We've got a rotation. One of us checks in daily, brings what you need. Arthur. Why? Preacher. You served, earned better. No one gets left behind on our watch. Years passed better than any since his wife died. Carol arrested, convicted of elder abuse and theft, imprisoned. Arthur's strength returned, tremor vanished, eyes bright. He called them real names. Stitch was David, Preacher Michael, Bear Tom. Fixture at clubhouse, own recliner, told Navy Sea stories. They dubbed him Pops, gave him a vest. Pops, property of 180 angels. He wasn't charity, he was family. Taught knots, judged chili cook-offs. The act sparked more. Preacher started the 180 Angels Veterans Fund. Helped vets with ramps, furnace repairs, job searches. Word spread. Donations flowed. Tradesmen offered help. They became a quiet beacon for forgotten heroes. 5 years later Arthur passed peacefully at 91, in his clean bed. Full military funeral. Club attended. Preacher accepted the folded flag. That night at the clubhouse wake, no tears, just stories. Preacher raised his beer. To Pops. Room echoed. To Pops. He reminded us. You don't need a uniform to serve. Open your eyes. Have the guts to act. Another raise. To seeing what needs to be seen. Louder. To seeing what needs to be seen.